people only sub to the channel for that. But Brawl is the real format. It is by far Arena's best format. It is the most skill intensive. It is the most interesting. It is the greatest best of one format ever created. Standard is nowhere close. A big reason is you can actually see what your opponent's playing, and if you understand their deck and the meta, you can mulligan appropriately. This hand is good but not busted. Winter Moon might be okay. It might really catch them too if they go, you know, turn 1, turn 2. On the draw, I just hate not having a 1-drop, but the Interrupter can get the Tajik. They're unlikely to ramp. The Wandering Emperor is very good against Tajik as well. We'll keep it. Yeah. So this isn't like an all-in blink deck. It is a blink deck. Okay, they have Mox Amber. We'll see if they come up with another. They do have a non-basic, but we'll see if they come up with another legendary creature here. That's a basic. We really want 2 non-basics for the Moon. And they have rocks. Okay, Moon is bad. They are ramping. Kind of surprising. So next turn, they go untapped land, and they have it. Jesus. All right. We might not get to interrupt it. We might have to lean on the Emperor. But this is how fast this format is the most quick and brutal format. And you have to be ready at every second. But because there is a command zone, they have to attack with this recruit, so this is a free block. Because there is a command zone, you have some idea of what you're mulliganing to, which is what keeps this format good. All right. How do we deal with the Tajik? What do we play? This is a really tricky turn, but I think we have to interrupt whatever they do, which means we're attacking with Phelia, we're exiling the Tajik to make them reset, and then we're flashing an Interrupter on whatever creature they play. We could also drop the Moon. It freezes 1 mana, but they already have 4 going to 5, which is insane. Yeah, they basically cheated the game, baby. But this is how we keep the Tajik on Boros recruit level, by just keep attacking them with Phelia. It has Indestructible, so Absence does nothing, but we're really hoping to hit it with Wandering Emperor soon. There's 3/3 at the beginning of each combat. Creatures gain first. Yep, that is getting interrupted. Let's hope they can't kill our dog, and it looks like they can't. So we plot. High Noon, 1 spell a turn, huh? That's a big advantage. When you have a Tajik on the field, it's not a big advantage when you don't. And we have Phelia, so we can generate a lot of value. Oh my god. Really? Ooh. That's a huge draw. So... when do we play it? When they... I think I just take their Tajik off the board with the Wandering Emperor here. The Priest is an awesome setup card when you have Phelia on the field, and I will show you why, but let's do it this way. This is our 1 spell a turn. Yeah, Priest is like one of the best cards in the deck, because when you exile their creature with Phelia, it can't come back, but I think we do this first. We exile our Wandering Emperor, put a stop on end step, because when it comes back, it has flash. I guess I didn't get the stop down fast enough, but there's supposed to be a pause there where I can make a, there was supposed to be a pause where I could make a knight or a samurai. That's upsetting. That really makes me mad, but we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. So they have 3 non-basics. We have the Priest. I think we need to play the Priest here. And do I hold this? Yeah, I think we hold this. All right, Priest. Should have played it after they made this choice, because they can choose Command Zone or Exile. But I guess it works the same either way. It works the same either way. It's fine. So they left it in Exile, which it now doesn't re-enter. So it goes, oh, it stays. Okay, it definitely mattered. It definitely mattered. Now they have no commander. And they have one spell a turn. Also, a fun thing with High Noon is if they don't leave up the mana to sacrifice it, we can exile it. We can play a bunch of spells. Okay, so their one spell here is War Leader's Call. We have Fateful Absence for it. It can cast no more spells. They're done. They're cooked. It's over. They attack with this thing. We absence the War Leader's Call and block. All right, that was pretty funny. There was a lot going on there, and it's kind of delightful. Woof woof. Let's go. Grenzo. You know what's great about Grenzo? If they steal a permanent, we can steal it back. Not everybody knows. Don't tell them. Keep. Snap keep for the pupper. Try to save the fetch lands until your very last sacrifice. Because this allows you to get the idyllic range. That's mean. That's mean. I had a plan for all these cards. It was going to be great. What do you think they want the most? The Bodyguard is another good one for like taking the thing that they Grenzo. They take the whole. Don't worry about it. Yeah, play your Arcane Signet. Valk E. Well, we can just get it back. This is fine. Phelia can exile the Valky and get back something that they like, a creature they take here. Or we just drop a hover ship on them if we draw the land. If they take the doll, that's annoying, but we just exile the Valky, then play the doll. They might take the Lizelle. It's a really good card. I'll show it. I'll show you. I'll show you. A lot of you guys don't know because you're like, it's alchemy. TDB, I don't like alchemy. Alchemy upsets my sensibilities. It's not real magic, TGB. And, you know, to them, it's like, you're right. But we're coming for you. All right, so doll draw, hover ship exile. Many options. The tough thing, honestly, the tough thing is just that I want more value. So I'm not playing these to just remove the Valky. We'll do that later. Let's play the doll and draw. And then let's exile the Valky. And then we attack with Phelia and we exile the doll and we get more cards because we need to hit our next land too. But we are cooking. We are absolutely cooking. Do I get the... Okay, I do not get the draw. I wonder if I could stack those triggers. I don't think you can, though, because now I have to discard because I don't have another creature power 2 or less. So what's the discard? Honestly, all these cards are good. And having this, ooh, it's too expensive. I think the Lancers are amazing, but if we don't draw the land, they're basically never happening. And we have to expect something bad to happen to our dog here. Just the nature of the game, sorry. Don't play the dog if you're not prepared to lose it. You may exile, then return to the battlefield under owner's control. That's a pretty good 4-drop. But so is Phelia. And we also have the invasion that we want to set up. They don't know about the invasion. So, do we pass with Flash available, or do we play our awesome 4-mana Alchemy card? Let's play this. So, they target this, it blinks. But if they let me untap and specialize it, it says when this becomes the target, when I specialize it, oh my god, this mechanic. I get why it's frustrating, but it becomes a 3/6 when I discard a white card or a plains. And then when it enters, I seek a non-land permanent card with mana value 3 or less. Hype. And they're passing. Ooh, the Realm Warden? Let's see if they respond to this. Because they might be waiting for me to specialize and respond with removal. This makes it really hard to do. So this makes the next non-creature spell they cast cost 2 more. More alchemy shenanigans, guys. And they're going to Kolaghan's Command me. Oh, that's really good. That was very fortunate. Okay, let's do this. Do this. Discard. Let's drop the Bodyguard. Sorry, buddy. But now we get to seek a new card, and it's our Peacekeeper, which can keep Grenzo off the field, and we're punching them. And if they target this, it comes back, and we seek another card. So they are... Ugh, they do not want to target this. And if we blink it, we get more cards. Yeah, they gotta do something about it. It's just gonna kill them. Also, they have to play the heart because they had to pay so much more. Oh, we're gonna tax them into oblivion. But first, we're going to invade. This is nasty. This is so nasty. Yeah, you're gonna have to pay more for that Cruelty of Gix. That might tutor up a board wipe. We're not worried about Feed the Swarm. What are they gonna do? Blink it? We're gonna make it bigger? Oh my goodness. That's what she said. Curse the Silence. Dude, they're gonna be helpless. Yes. Scoop it up. You get to do nothing. Nothing, Sneaky Mac D. I see you. Our opponent is bad at mid, which I've heard rumors is a League of Legends thing, which is still not something I claim to understand. Maybe we get another chance at exiling Wandering Emperor with Phelia, and we can test my theory about putting the stop down. Because I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to get a window there. As long as I entered this turn, you may activate at flash speed when you can activate instant. Yeah, you should be able to make a 2/2 at end step when you flicker this. It's really made me mad. We won that game. We did very well, but man, I should have had that samurai, dude. I'll go to bed thinking about that. Search for Glory. Fun Tutor. Barbarian Ring. Ragavan. Well, I wanted to ramp this turn, but now I got a Ragavan to think about. We might have a counterspell too. So if we do this on upkeep, they don't have a counterspell. They don't have a blue source, right? And then they get a tapped fish. It's a big deal. Thank God we went first. It's that kind of format, man. Ragavan can just take over a game from turn 2 onward. To ramp here doesn't accomplish much. Let's just play this Mutavault and pass with the Interrupter available. We can also power up a Mutavault and block, but we probably won't. But we like threatening too. Okay, those both hurt you. Maybe we can actually dial up some pressure. So right now you look at this hand and you're like, well, there's nothing here really great to blink with Phelia, unless you talk about the Wandering Emperor trick. But this is not an all-in that style of doggo deck. There we go. Exile that thing. Like, you can't just be all in theme like you are in Commander. Oh, they hated that. What, do you run no counter spells? Or do you just can dish it out, but you can't take it? But yeah, we're not all in on theme. Brawl isn't that kind of format. You have to have interaction. Interaction is the most important part of Brawl. And so are having a few key cards you can get, like Search for Glory, helps with the card advantage by getting things like the One Ring. So yeah, that's the idea. You've got to have just a couple big synergy pieces with Commander and a lot of interaction. Isika, God of the Tree. So Prismatic Bridge. We gotta be ready to deal with the bridge. Apparition doesn't really do it. Invasion and Curse, though, should give them a very hard time. So I think this is a keep. If we do get Phelia Invasion going, it can be a nightmare for them. So let's see what happens. We want them to play Isika, so I might name the Prismatic Bridge with the Curse. Most of these decks are bridge decks anyway, not Isika decks. So we're playing the numbers, and if they run out of Isika, we can Skyclave it. But yeah, usually a control deck. Just playing the numbers and trying to drop some giant bombs. Let's pass here. If they tap out, we go puppy into invasion. This is the fun thing with Phelia, because the meta is that this is an interactive format. If they hold up mana, you just don't play it, and you just buy time, right? Let's see if they react to the banner. No, they don't. And let's play the Skrelv. And the Skrelv can then protect from removal, which is a big deal. Yeah, and they're just tap land going. So the Nykthos doesn't do much now. Let's play the Strand. This is secretly a +1/+1 counter from Idyllic Grange, something I haven't been able to show you yet. We'll just pass, because the plan is to drop the puppy and have it protected by Skrelv. So they're passing. We'll make them have a counter spell. We have enough mana to cast this a few times if they're just going to play counter spells, and there's one. Essence Scatter making the cut in a 5-color deck is pretty wild. You don't see that all the time. Ooh, Priest. I mean, if they're hitting creatures off this, it will work, but it only works on creatures. Nykthos is here. And now we're just playing a game where we try to get this onto the battlefield with the invasion. So we're just waiting for them to use some mana. There's a Cultivate. Definitely counts. And the reason we don't run this out sooner is we don't want the invasion countered. It's kind of our payoff. If they want to keep countering our enabler, our dog, we have a lot of mana. We can keep replaying it. This is what if you haven't seen this is what I call commander card advantage. Mystical Dispute, we have 2, not 3. Commander card advantage is where you keep playing your commander over and over and over. And now they're tapped out, so I think I will stick the invasion. Do I play the Priest? I think the Priest is best as a surprise. And we are saving this because it can be a +1/+1 counter from Idyllic Grange. All right, they're tapped out. Let's invade and see what they've got. If they have a board wipe, we're taking that. Ooh, Emergent Ultimatum, huh? And a Troxa Grand Unifier? They cannot cast this ultimatum. They only have 1 green. It requires 3. If it resolves, it's often game over. But yeah, we're taking a Troxa. And they are out of removal. They are out of interaction. So, what do we do? We could flip this. Do we want to flip it? Kind of. What are they going to do? They're going to play the bridge here, so I'm going to have to draw. And then I have to find an answer to the bridge. To answer the bridge, you want your pupper, but I can't cast my pupper right now. So this is like really close. Like flipping the invasion, I don't think helps me. Playing this doesn't help me. Oh man, we're actually in a really tight spot. No? They have no interaction. I mean, I guess I may as well start a Mega Skrelving. Bad I couldn't get this Nykthos 1 higher. But yeah, we can flicker this later when we do have Phelia. But for now, it can start pumping the team. And I imagine we'll see Growth Spiral, and they have to another green source to Growth Spiral, actually. Let's see if they're good. Are they good at magic? That's a blue source. That doesn't count. All right. Drop the Priest. They topped a counter spell. Well, they didn't use it on the dog, and the dog is our best solution to the Prismatic Bridge, so I'm not mad. I am mad about another planes off the top. This is getting kind of stupid. I guess I have to cast this and try to beat down. It does raise the Nykthos count, so we can still play Phelia, but first let's punch. Just need a few turns of beat down here, guys. Let's see what they do. They're going to spiral. They're trying to get to just casting ultimatum. There's another green source. They need one more. Witness protection. If we sack this, they're on 8 mana. So if they hit another green source, they can cast ultimatum either way, whether we flicker this or not. We have to do this. We can flicker the Skrelv to save it. I think that's the plan. It is a 5/4. Oh my god, that's another land. This is unbelievable. So what are we flickering? I think we let them play bridge now. I think we flicker curse. Do we flicker curse and name ultimatum? No, they can cast it even through curse. Maybe I flicker the light shield, hit the ultimatum, and then next turn I could flicker the curse. Okay, well, it is what it is. The top of board wipe is brutal. All right, do they hit a green source? Untapped green. That's untapped red black. Here's a Troxa. And their 1 mana card. I see a Fatal Push, which they left up a black for. Brilliant. Insanely brilliant. But they don't have Revolt right now. They can hit the Skrelv. The Skrelv is a target they can hit. Oh my god. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And they're at 10. So I can attack. I can exile the Atraxa. They Fatal Push the Skrelv. I get them to 3. What a disaster. What a disaster we've made for ourselves. This is one of the worst floods I've ever seen. Now, if I'd snuck out the Containment Priest, things might be different. They really might be. But I didn't. When I got it countered, at first I was like, fine, that was going to counter something. But the way the game played out, if the Containment Priest was out right now, flickering the Atraxa would be fine. I guess we... And the fact that they left up the black, they had the Fatal Push that they hit. Like, it just seems like I was destined to lose this game. And the amount of lands and sources just drawn in a row. It just feels like a scam, man. Niv Mizzet. Dude, hopefully I can get a good bounce back game here. Or a blink back game? I don't know. Maybe my dog will have something good to blink. That's an... I must not be a dog person. Teysa is a frustrating one. Very hard spirit card to pin down. They do run a lot of spells, so Sentinel seems good. Cavern's not important. It's kind of a bad land. They do kill Phelia, although often exiling it, so I don't know if Specialist is good. Mightstone and Weakstone is something big enough to hit Teysa, though, if they leave it on the battlefield. Or we blink it. Oh yeah, you can blink this. Teysa comes back, this comes back. Teysa comes back first, so Mightstone can hit it. I mean, we've got to draw land. We have to draw land. Of course, Get Lost, you know, that keeps us in the game too. Gotta draw land, though. Okay, they curse the puppy. Of course they do. Get Lost can deal with that. That's a land. Don't know if it's going to enter tapped at an inconvenient time, but we're definitely playing Esper Sentinel first. Feels like they have interaction, but don't want me to draw. I guess I want Extraction Specialist to happen. So I think we're playing minus Tirith here and trying to save Get Lost for when they play their Teysa. Because I think they might target this in the next, either this turn or next turn. I think they want this dead. That minus Tirith hurts though, because usually with a 2-mana commander, you can rely on this being untapped. And it is pretty good in the deck. If I had had this last game when I flooded out, we'd have probably been fine. What the heck? When one or more tokens your opponents control enter, for each of them create a copy. Whenever one or more tokens you control enter, lose 1 life gain. Okay. Okay. So they would get a 4/4. That's cheats. Actual cheats. I guess I have to Get Lost this. Didn't really want to, but I have to, right? Because if I Get Lost something else, it hurts so much more, and this is keeping Toby from happening. It's a really tough spot. Especially, I think we pass though. I think we just do it at instant speed instead of trying to attack for damage and see what they do. Maybe they're afraid to play Teysa into the open mana. Do they attack? They're not afraid. I think we take it. We're hoping they just won't play their commander this turn. Okay, they gave us a turn. That's what we were hoping to do by waiting. Just buy a turn. In response, I Swamp Cycle. Okay. But why? All right. Our opponent might be one of those players who just wants to respond to things. Fragment Reality, great draw. We can take out Curse and drop Phelia. But how are we going to hit our land drops? Our opponent's not playing into Sentinel at all. It is scary for them to drop Teysa into open mana. It is a removal-based format. Here they go. I guess we can deal with the spirits, right? We can deal with the spirit with our dog, and they only have 1 mana open. Let's see what they do on end step. Hey, this is a patient format, okay? Let's see if they exile this or not. They do. Okay. It is a choice. So we still get priority here. Take out the curse. They have something. It might be a Swords to Plowshares, but if they Swords my dog here, that's okay. We draw a card from Esper Sentinel. I would rather they somehow destroy my dog and not exile it, so Extraction Specialist doesn't absolutely suck. Okay, they're gonna make it perpetually lose abilities, so now we would rather it were dead. But we drew a land. We kind of drew 2. Which means we'll get to the Might Stone and the Weak Stone, but without our Blinky commander, it's not going to do much. So what do we do? Blinking this. We can exile it with the Swan. And if we exile it with the Swan, we can send it to command. Or we can play this Double Striker and try to get our opponent's attention that way. I hate it. I hate it a lot. Will they block Esper Sentinel? I think they will. And yeah, I think we're dropping a Swan on them. So, here's Nykthos. Here's combat. I mean, the Sentinel's annoying. Okay, they're not going to take it. Yeah, they're plotting on me. Okay. Nasty. I do want the flying counter on my dog, but Perpetual means you have to send it to the command zone to fix it. Arena. Do you pay? At least that didn't really add to their board much. They're gonna pay. Everybody's afraid to give out cards. Is that a Teysa attacking me? Well, they have something. They have another 1-mana spell here. But we do what we gotta do. So this is interesting because I can double block Teysa. I'm gonna try it. Oh wait, it's not till end step. I can single block Teysa. Maybe that was a big mistake. Sorry, forgot for a second, but I guess this can block a spirit later, right? That's the good news, is we can fight spirits. Maybe that's still right. Land tax. Yeah, I need that. I also want to blow up this arena. I guess I can do it. I have Nykthos. Look at Nykthos paying off. How do I make another creature with flying enter? Get this in the graveyard, get it back with specialist, make the witch. Yeah, let's do that. Let's wall up. We've got more cards than them. We took out a card advantage source. They have the spirit generator, but if we can trade away with some spirits, maybe I have a chance. Although right now I need my creatures for devotion. Ugh. You gonna pay the 1? Now, Esper Sentinel's doing work. I mean, they're playing around it, but it is costing, it's giving us time, and we need the time. We need it pretty bad. Teysa attacking. I mean, we can just put everything in front, and then they kill the one creature and Teysa dies. They would have to have answers for 2 creatures. Let's make them have it. You have 2 removal spells here? Making them recast Teysa is kind of huge. I see. That's really good. But we got it out of them. I guess that was probably going to beat us somehow, right? So that might be the 1-mana white card they've been holding up forever. Yeah, they're going to leave the dog and the swan. They killed these 2? Okay. Yep, exile. God, what am I going to do? Well, we'll start with some lands. That helps. When this or a bird enters, exile 1 creature without flying. No real way to use the Nykthos, but I can play this. And this activates Nykthos, so it actually is positive mana. We can kill 1 of these. This returns intensity. Let's see if they can remove our blockers and just win the game here. I'm kind of glad in hindsight I kept Phelia around. We never would have had a chance to cast our dog again. All right, 1 removal. Just show me 1 more, and you got it. Okay. 3. Don't like my chances one bit. Our devotion has crumbled. But what could we draw? 1 ring? 1 ring to rule them all wouldn't be bad. Ephemerate. I feel like you're overdue. Would have been good with the swan. But this game just went so sideways. It was so bad. Where did we blow it? I think just when we got behind on lands. That was it. We didn't get to cast our stuff on time. We had a mana flood game and now the mana screw game. And then, you know what? Once you get those out of the way, maybe the rest of your game can be good. So we can play this. We can try to specialize into something, I guess. And maybe we hit like swords or something. I don't know. And I don't know what that does either, but we have Ephemerate. Lauren doesn't solve my problem. Yeah, I would say this one wasn't meant to be. Ouch. Tight game though. Just could not get a foothold on it. Maybe removing the Campbell was bad. Maybe I should just let Campbell be, because we never ended. Like, Campbell was awesome because we didn't play Toby the turn we were supposed to play Toby. Maybe I just have to get lost the Teysa. Maybe I have to. But at that point, they were holding up the Lauren's escape. Like, they waited for that to happen. So yeah, that wasn't going to work either. Yeah, it just got me.